Welcome to Sports House Podcast. This is Chayse House, and with me today is my brother from another mother, and by my mother, I mean my aunt, Kobe Way Casey. How's it going?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Well, I mean, I've been better. I'm not really looking forward to the Super Bowl at all. And that's where I wanted to start talking about these AFC and NFC conference championship games, because I haven't done that yet. I think both of these games, man, were lost 100% due to coaching.
Right. Yeah, it came down to, well, surprisingly, a lot of the things with like the Chiefs game that went on.
Yeah.
That was one game I was surprised about, considering the fact that Chiefs defense looked really, really well, and they haven't most of the entire season.
Yeah, exactly. And against the Bills, too.
Right. They were locked down almost like the entire game. They played one-on-ones a lot of cover one, a lot of cover zero. It was really good. It was kind of interesting to watch. Makes me a little worried for Brady too, because you know they were good with bringing pressure most of the entire game. The Chiefs were able to play like cover one, cover zero like the whole time, and a lot of bump and run, especially down the red zone. They look really, really good defensively. So
that's the reason the Bills lose that game, is they held to way too many red zone field goals, and against the Chiefs, you cannot do that.
Way too many field goals. When you're playing against this team that's going to put up at least 30 or more a night, you got to be able to convert in the red zone. They had, even though Josh Allen, he ran for a bunch of yards even too.
Yeah, you're not going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs without scoring touchdowns. And they're not going to.
No way.
They're not going to be held to field goals, so you can't be, basically.
No, they got too many weapons, man.
Kansas City holding them to field goals. Same thing with the Buccaneers. If you get pressure on Brady, he's done.
Yep. Brady's awesome for all those electric 5-yard dump route passes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Chiefs, man, the Buccaneers defense is going to be running around the field thinking about what to look for, just because the Chiefs in that AFC Championship game, they scored. I watched them set up that Tyreek Hill sweep so many times, and then they faked that sweep, and they got that.
The little dump.
Pass,
yeah, I knew it.
The little shovel pass.
Yep, I called it too.
They ran that all year, but what do you choose? You can't.
What one are you gonna stop?
Yeah, you want Tyreek to score, or
choose your poison of what one's scoring on you.
And that's why the Chiefs are so damn good, because they just got options all over the field, and then let alone you want to let Mahomes run in case there for some reason isn't an option.
Exactly. They're way too versatile. They have so many weapons, and like Sammy Watkins, his first 5 games in the playoffs with the Chiefs is averaging like 92 receiving yards.
I know.
It's because they're keying on Tyreek, and then Sammy just goes AWOL and can beat you. So anybody on that team can beat you at any given night.
Yep. You play you have to play like a cover 2 against them, because you can't get beat up top. You want to play cover 1 or cover 0. Tyreek's got an island on him all day.
Yeah.
You're not keeping up with him in a foot race. So
no, nobody is.
And that makes them so they can run the ball too, because they have to pull someone out of the box. They have to play 2 safeties, and they can run the ball also. So the Bucs got one hell of a game cut out for them.
I know.
Either they're going to have to put up a lot of points, or they're going to have to play some amazing defense that not a lot of teams have been able to do against the Chiefs.
Buccaneers and Packers game, man. I knew from right as the game ended, I knew everybody's just going to be waiting to hop on Brady's dick and give him the biggest. All they're going to say is how Tom Brady led another team to a Super Bowl. Man, he did good in the first half. He was like unstoppable. 14 of 24, 210 yards, 3 touchdowns. That was with 7:54 to go in the third quarter. But then he finishes the game 20 of 36, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, nearly 4, which was dropped by the Packers right in the first half. And they were bad interceptions too. Like he had pressure on him like 2 times, and he just like punts it with his arm, just chucks it straight up. The easiest takeaways, and one of them was just like that, was dropped in the first half. So he was this close away from a 4 interception game, completing 55% of his passes. and all the talk's just going to be about how Brady led them to the Super Bowl. Jameis Winston could have put up those numbers. Like, there was honestly no point.
Yeah, man. Some of those interceptions were shot puts. They were.
Yep.
They really were. They were lobs up there,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
A
punts.
couple of them were not close, man.
Yeah.
They were just,
you can wait for a fair catch for a couple of those.
I know. That's exactly what it was, man. And the thing is, it sucks because, we all like to hear about Brady so much.
Oh, yeah.
But
yep, never hear enough.
One of the funniest things I kept seeing online was, Brady pretty much just picked a team and said, "Hey, do you want to go to the Super Bowl this year?" And damn it, it's almost kind of true. I can't believe they're there, man.
I know.
It's really crazy.
I know, but when you think of it, I mean, he is on the NFL equivalent of a super team. In the like if he was in the NBA, he'd be on the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant. Like that's that's how stacked they are, dude. Like all of their receivers have been like Pro Bowl receivers, and their rosters.
They go get Antonio Brown.
Yeah, Antonio Brown's like their third wide receiver.
Leonard Fournette had a pretty great year this year. It's all set up so perfect for him, man. But what does that kind of say about Jameis, though? A tiny bit.
I know. I mean, Brady's not going to throw 30 picks. That's right. But, I mean, yeah, Jameis, he could have got him into the playoffs. I really do think so, especially with how stacked their team is. But Brady in the playoffs, I mean, he tried to high-five his best teammate, the ref in that game.
I know, man. Hey, Brady picked a good retirement spot. Good place to post up the race.
Yeah, dude, exactly. I mean, I can't believe the ref didn't high-five him back. His long-life teammate.
I know. I saw the other day someone at the beginning of the year before Brady left, they had Vegas odds of Brady staying as a majority in New England. So that was like the most bet on thing out there. And someone went and put someone saw that he put his Massachusetts house up for sale.
Oh yeah.
And he went and put $8,000 on the Bucks, and when that hit, he made almost $300,000.
That is insane.
Off that, just because he found out he put his
house for sale.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Well, that reminds me of another thing I wanted to talk about. The Super Bowl, the NFL for it said they're testing like twice a day for COVID, and if you test positive, that you're out for the game. But I just wanted to say this. There is no way if Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes tested positive that they do not postpone that game. No way.
You think they're letting Tom Brady and Patrick tested positive? No chance, man.
No way. Imagine a game with Tom Brady gets here and then he doesn't play and Mahomes is out and then we just watch the backups go versus each other. No way. No way the Super Bowl's losing out on that.
No chance, man. That changes everything for so many things.
Yeah, they can say what they want. They can act like they won't. I mean, if it was the Broncos and Drew Lock, they'd definitely force them to miss.
Yeah, man.
You can tell what they want. This is definitely the Super Bowl that the NFL clearly wanted, though. I mean, the best storylines, Mahomes versus Brady.
It definitely is, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man. A lot of people get sick of talking about or hearing about Brady, but be careful what you wish for because Mahomes is going to be that guy for the next 20-something years. So
yeah, exactly.
He's going to be that guy, man.
That's what I was thinking watching the AFC Championship game, that those two teams are going to be around for a while in the AFC. They're going to be the teams to beat, I think, for the next while.
Yeah, it's man. The Chiefs are inevitably going to be around for a long time.
Unfortunately. I mean, Mahomes signed a 10-year contract.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
And that's the basis around the NFL, man. It's a quarterback league.
Exactly.
If you want to have a good team, you want to contend every year, you got to have a quarterback.
The Chiefs and Bills game, man. I just wanted to bring up, what is with Josh Allen taking 25-yard sacks?
I know.
He did that like twice.
Hey man, I'm a Seahawks fan, and if I know something about sacks and sometimes 20-yard ones, it's me.
True. True.
We got Russell Wilson running around trying to do too much
Yep,
all the
yep,
time.
all the time. Well,
So,
he succeeds a lot, so. But like,
hey, yeah,
what is Josh Allen's plan? Like he's on both of those, he's stiff arming the defender away, holding him off with one hand, has the ball on the other, but he's just sitting there. It's like, what do you throw the ball away, dude? What are you waiting for?
you're.
He's just waiting for him to
I
fall
know.
and then be able to run. Because he held him off both times for like 5 seconds before they ruled him down.
I know. I know. Josh Allen's almost linebacker size.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
There's only so much you can do, man.
You got to realize you play
there.
quarterback. The refs are going to call it like you're a quarterback, and they're going to blow you down.
I know.
It's not just, you can't just sit there forever holding the little kids off of you.
Yeah, I know, right? That's almost what it seems like sometimes, though. When he runs the ball, he's pretty quick for his size. I know he's fast, but he actually is pretty quick for his size. He's got a quick first step for the most part.
Oh, yeah. And watching him run, dude, he's huge. He covers a lot of ground fast.
I know. He puts his head down.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wants to meet him on.
Looking. Oh, no, man. You see, cornerbacks are cutting his legs. Name a lot of quarterbacks that get their legs cut. Not a lot, man.
Yeah, you got him because he's huge. Cam Newton, that's basically like the category you got to put the guy in.
Yeah, man. He's one of those little obsolete quarterbacks that kind of like, kind of changes the way, because there's complete opposites.
Yeah.
There's the Teddy Bridgewaters and the Russell Wilsons and such safe quarterbacks, but Josh Allen will run out there and dive at anything.
He honestly reminds me of like the John Elway aggressiveness.
Yeah, he puts his head on the line, man.
He'll make a helicopter dive like Elway would.
Yeah, he'll make a play for you, and what else do you want from a quarterback?
The Chiefs, their running backs, bro, a perfect example of how they screwed my fantasy team all season long. Their stats in this one, like Le'Veon Bell, he didn't play, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he had 6 carries, 7 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah. and then Williams, he had 13 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Their backfield is almost as bad as not as bad, but as divided as the Baltimore Ravens backfield, which also screwed me in fantasy all season long.
Yeah, the Chiefs, they do what they got to do to mix up the running pads, but it's the home show. So I mean, that's, especially if you're playing fantasy, man. That's such a hard get to get someone with like the Chiefs running backs, where you're like, they're not gonna get more than like 20 touches.
Do you think in the Super Bowl? Do you think Le'Veon Bell is going to be used a lot more?
Is he going to play? I haven't.
I think he's going to play.
If he's a go, man, it's hard to think that he won't play like a decent factor in that game. He catches the ball out of the backfield so well, and that goes with what I was just saying.
In open space.
If you want Mahomes to keep letting the ball go, there's nothing like a check down to Le'Veon.
Exactly. Le'Veon in open space is dangerous. Yep.
Yeah, he's that guy for him. You know what I mean? I know his whole like running back strategy, like his tendencies with like his like really patient running style.
Waiting for the holes to develop.
Yep. And I've always been like kind of the opposite, just in my opinions of like what a running. I want a back to hit the hole immediately. But he's made a lot of success off that. And
I know it's crazy to think that too. He's the most patient back I've seen. It's almost like its own form of art to watch him too. Just watch the holes develop and then pick one and go.
Yeah, he really is. He's the perfect zone running back.
Yeah,
where there's not a blocking scheme. They just kind of shift block to a side, and he can just cut
find
back
a hole.
And make. Yep. And he's the perfect guy to throw a screen to. If you want to keep throwing Mahomes.
Even when he has the ball, he sits there for a second before he even moves.
I know, right? But that's perfect for him. That's his exact style. He throws screens to him, dump routes to him. He's great for checkdowns. So there's no way that he's not in. I like him on a lot of third and deeper conversions. where
Yeah.
it's maybe like 3rd and
They're
7,
keying
3rd
in
and
on
8.
higher
Yeah,
downfield
yeah,
passes.
on 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 8 and deeper kind of situations where they would normally, they're going to let Mahomes play. So
Yeah.
he's great for those, having a mismatch out there on those 3rd and deeper play.
Man, these are two really stacked teams that we're seeing in the Super Bowl, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell is like what, the 3rd or 2nd running back on the roster listed
I
as.
know.
And
I know.
and they have, if the thing is, for this game in the Super Bowl, the Buccaneers, they're going to key on Tyreek Hill because the last time they played, he had over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
In the first quarter. Yep.
Unheard of.
That goes with how the Bucs play D, man. They play a ton of cover 1 and cover 0, and they like to send 5 or 6 guys a lot. Earlier when they played this year, they blitzed them like 40%, I think, or more of those plays against Mahomes, and they took advantage of that.
Yeah, it didn't work.
And even later in the game, they stuck with it, and they held the Chiefs to like 7 points in the second half that year.
Yeah,
during that game.
Yeah, and Tyreek Hill, he definitely slowed down after the first quarter. I mean, the damage was done for the most part, but I mean, if he scores anywhere near that again, they're screwed. The Buccaneers.
Yeah, he didn't have the greatest second half. The Chiefs in general, they only scored them 7 points, but they absolutely, did the damage in the first half. And
yeah, they got it out there enough.
Yeah, so at that point, you're already in a hole, and then you can't dig yourself out of a hole very often with the.
Oh yeah, with the Chiefs, good luck. That's a big shovel that's digging the hole.
Yeah, it is, man, and that's why the Bucs defense is super crucial in that Super Bowl, because if they can keep them in the game early, then they'll have a chance. They cannot let them go out to a fast start like they did the first game.
What I was thinking of how this Super Bowl, how it's going to play out, is one team's going to, I feel like one team's going to get up. One team's going to get up, and the other team is going to make a big comeback rally. I don't know whether or not it'll hold, but I feel like there's going to be big runs in this game. I don't know who is going to be up, but I think one team's going to get up early, and the other's going to have to come back and try to win it in the most dramatic fashion.
And it's going to set up perfect for Brady, man. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
it's
and
game set up perfect for him.
A game-ending interception, hopefully. Just kidding.
Right?
Either way, I'm pissed.
I have a feeling the Chiefs are going to win this game, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be sitting on my couch watching this game, and it's going to come down to a fourth quarter thing where I'm looking at it going, here we go.
Yeah,
here's Brady he just has an opportunity, and that's what I can see is going to happen. I think the Chiefs are going to go up, but I think the Bucs and Brady are going to sit there, and I'm going to be sitting there going, here we go. There's this opportunity.
Waiting for the inevitable.
I know. Yeah, and then you sit there, and it's hard to doubt it, but it's.
I thought the exact same thing during the Falcons Super Bowl. It was 28-3, and I remember saying to everybody that was there, this game's not over yet. Like, you can see who's playing quarterback on the other side.
That's what makes me so mad, bro.
I know.
Dude, no one wants to be the new Brady meme with the comeback, man. That game. Dude.
That one's still not
so
let down. I still see that one every time I go on NFL memes.
I know, and it made me happy because it's the newest thing posted since the damn
the Seahawks Super Bowl. So, do you think Tom Brady making this Super Bowl means that he was more valuable than Bill Belichick in New England? Does this prove that?
A lot of people think that, and I can see why. Well, you take Tom Brady out and you swap him with Cam Newton, and
you see what happens.
They don't even make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, that's true. Although I think that there was a lot of other factors too. Like they had the most opt-outs for the season based on COVID. And they were hit hard by that, and good players too. Yep. I mean, they didn't have nearly enough to work with compared to what they usually have.
Right. Now, and then like you were saying earlier, the Bucs are pretty stacked. They were stacked last year. They just had poor quarterback play for the most part. Not the poorest. Obviously, Jameis had a great year with yards.
Yeah, exactly. He
but
put up the yards, put up the touchdowns. It's just the costly turnovers.
Yeah, and that puts a lot of pressure on the defense and everything. They
I
played
know.
pretty well this year.
Trust me, being a Bronco fan, I know about offense and turnovers, making it hard on defense. I feel like Bill Belichick, if he had Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers for as long as he had Brady, I feel like they might win like 9 Super Bowls, 10
Right.
Super Bowls.
All right. What do you think Bill Belichick wins another Super Bowl before he's done?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say yeah, just the fact that he's Bill Belichick. I don't really doubt him. I mean, and I feel like they're definitely going to do something quarterback wise in the offseason.
Right. I agree with you.
So it's obviously there's a lot of question marks right now as far as who's gonna be where, but I feel like hands down Bill Belichick is the greatest coach in the history of the NFL. And if you give him a decent enough quarterback and a decent enough roster, not even a decent enough roster. I mean, we've seen what he can do. He can take people that were bagging groceries and go win a Super Bowl with them. He's an insane coach. So I think that he definitely will get another Super Bowl before he wraps it up. What about them Seahawks?
The Hawks defense was historically bad through the first 6 games.
Yeah, it was bad. They picked it up though.
Oh, they picked it up great, and that's what's thrown me off about the whole Hawks year is that the Hawks had the number 1 offense through the whole historically worst, on pace for the worst defense ever.
Yeah.
In the NFL, and the offense played great. They're number 1 offense through all those games.
Yeah.
As soon as the defense started struggling, so did the offense. They started swapping. So the defense started picking it up. The defense played great at the end of the year, and the offense started struggling. We were struggling to put up more than 17 points in some of those games late in the year.
Defense wins championships at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, tell that to Seahawks, man. 2-12 Seahawks against your Broncos, bro.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm also aware of the 2015 Super Bowl defense winning that one too for the Broncos. Super Bowl 50 defense is elite.
Yep. Yeah, man. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, offense can do so much, but
in the Buccaneers playoff game against the Packers, I knew going in that whoever got the most sacks was going to win the game. That's like whoever got the most pressure on the opposite quarterback was going to end up winning the game. And it did.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers got 5 sacks on Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay only had 1 sack. But, I mean, really the pressure for Green Bay was enough in a lot of those situations where they didn't even have to sack Brady, and he punts it with he just throws up a prayer.
I know. Yep. I mean, and that rushing Tom Brady is always difficult because, he
gets the ball out so fast.
Yep, them one step drops that he loves, and those quick slants and the little pick patterns. Same thing with the Packers.
Yeah, exactly. They all like those little throws. They get the ball out of their hands fast.
Patterns. I know, and it works great. And
it does.
It makes it hard to pressure those teams.
Yep.
So,
and the Buccaneers, they had pressure on Aaron Rodgers all night, and they had like the second best offensive line in the league, and they still allowed 5 sacks. I still don't think that was the reason they lost. I knew whoever had the most sacks was going to win, but I still feel like the reason the Packers lose that game is coaching, man. We still haven't even really gone into that. Let's do that. Packers have the ball, 4th and goal with 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go, with all 3 timeouts at the 8-yard line. And they decide to make a one-possession game by kicking a field goal. And give the ball back to Tom Brady like he can't manage to get a first down.
Absolutely.
Oh, game over.
I know.
Game over. Right as they kick the field goal. Lining up for the field goal, I knew it's over. There's no way they're seeing the ball again.
Act like you have Aaron Rodgers.
I know.
That's
and on that 3rd down play, he could have just ran in. Am I wrong? He had a wide open lane.
Yep, and you're right. He could have ran the ball, but you know how many times I saw him look for Devontae Adams in the red zone over and over and over again, man.
Oh
There's
yeah.
only so many times you can look for one player, and he even did on that play.
He tried to force it rather than run it
He
in.
tried to,
It was easy
and
touchdown. Looked like at
yep,
least.
yeah, it wasn't even a bad ball. He threw it low right at the goal line,
Oh, I
but
know. It was a worse decision. But then after the game, Aaron Rodgers was talking about that very throw and that he would have liked to do a different third down call if he knew that they would have kicked the field goal on fourth down. And I mean, that's just something that should really be communicated to your quarterback, especially if it's Aaron Rodgers.
there's no chance that can't be communicated.
Yeah.
That's weird to me that's even if that really happened that Aaron Rodgers didn't know that they were going to go for it on fourth down. There's no way he couldn't have thought that they wouldn't go for it.
I know. I mean, they should have clearly.
Absolutely, they should have. This is do or die right now. You're in the
with
NFC
the
Championship
MVP.
game. I know. I know, man. He definitely played like a damn MVP this year. If he's not MVP,
I'm pretty sure he's going to win the MVP. And you have him on your team, and you're going to put it on your defense's back to win the game rather than the MVP? I just don't understand it. Made no sense to me.
No, and it's been happening since 2002, since Brady won his first Super Bowl. You don't give the ball back to Brady.
I know. Yeah, and that call.
Don't.
So the Bucks get the ball back, and then the holding call. Well, I think they called it pass interference actually, to give the Bucks a first down. Man, they were not calling that the entire game on both sides, and the commentators were even talking about that for the during the game. Like, well, they're letting them play down there. And then all of a sudden, when the game on the line, they forget that we're giving them the first down. All right.
They let them play a lot, man. The Bucks had a huge interception against. I think it was like a little quick slant to maybe Devontae Adams. I think where there was some tugging on that one, and it was a big turnover. And then they let him play the whole game, man. And
dude, I know those calls were not being called. There was like pass interference, and on the same play actually. If you go back and look, there's a holding right on the bottom of the screen on the Bucks offensive line that doesn't get called, or else they're sacking Brady. And if anything, those should offset and be nothing. But, I mean, I'm really not surprised. Like I said, I mean, that's his lifelong teammates. They're going to help him out.
No, what's kind of just does it in, though, is that they had that one camera angle where you see full jersey stretch. Like, he has a good chunk of that jersey, and it's stretched off his back, man. It's that one camera angle that like
I know.
does it in.
And I agree that it was a penalty, but you got to call it
100%.
You got to call it the whole game then.
And it's for Brady, so just like it just sits so unwell.
Oh, I know. I'm not surprised.
So many people's stomach. I know.
Stars align for
so
Brady.
Unwell. I know. You don't want to see it end like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not surprised in the slightest it does.
I know. If he walks down the field and just beats you, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But
to have any sort of controversy tied to it, there's 100% guaranteed it's going in Brady's favor, no matter the team he's playing.
I just don't want to see controversy, especially around Brady and all them.
I know.
And
there's always going to be.
Now he has more or the same amount of NFC championships as Aaron Rodgers, which is like just so disrespectful. He's been in the NFC for 1 year.
Hey, he has as much Super Bowl appearances in the last 20 years in the AFC. I mean, and in the NFC as the Cowboys do.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, we're gonna go there.
Yeah, we're roasting everybody.
No, oh man, yeah, no, but I'm not. You know, I'm not that disappointed because as a Hawks fan, I love to see the Packers lose, man. I love to see the Packers lose.
And as a Bronco fan, this is my worst nightmare.
I know. Brady and the Chiefs.
Brady and a division rival. Oh, yay.
I know.
Look at those fantastic options.
I know. Who do you root for, Chayse?
Man,
what's your score, man? What's your score?
I think I predicted a score. I'll say this. Like I said, one of the teams is going to get up early, and the other one's going to have to come back and attempt to win it at the end. And I think if the Bucks get up early, that the game's going to end with Patrick Mahomes completing a comeback. And if the Chiefs get up early, I'm hoping that it's not another Tom Brady Super Bowl comeback. I mean, not hoping by a lot, because it's not like I'm rooting for the Chiefs. I am rooting for literal nobody.
You're rooting for COVID, Chayse?
Yeah, yep. I'm rooting for COVID to get – someone needs to take one for the team and go give Tom Brady a handshake with a hand riddled with COVID-19.
Like the locker room?
Yeah, exactly. Go stick your hand anywhere that you can find some COVID and go give the guy a handshake. Let's get this game. Let's see if they postpone it or not. I think Kansas City will win 34-31.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty close to what I had. I'm thinking. I think the Chiefs put up some points, but not too many points.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're 35-28. I think they win by 7.
Yeah, that'd be.
But
hey, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. and if it comes down to what you're talking about, if Brady has that ball coming down and it's 35,
I know. That's when I'm praying.
I'm biting my tongue, man. Because there's so many things that can happen.
I know, and I've thought, and I've made predictions that he was going to lose, that the Bucks were going to lose about every game in the playoffs. I thought they were losing to the football team. They've disappointed me.
It's a bold strategy.
Well, I mean, the Buccaneers in the regular season against playoff teams, they were 1-5, and Brady's stats in those were terrible. And of course, they get lined up with the team without a name and a quarterback, or a winning record. Yeah, and so I thought that Washington's defense, I mean, they're good. I thought that it'd be able to put enough pressure on them to make Brady make enough mistakes.
The Redskins' defense actually showed up a lot. They just had.
You mean the football team, Custom Inc.?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I know.
It's gonna happen.
The damn football team. Yeah.
Disney Channel football team.
Yeah, their defense played pretty well throughout the year. To be honest, man,
they did. Chayse Young's a beast.
Play. Yeah, it's just poor offensive play for the most part.
Will Aaron Rodgers win another Super Bowl with Green Bay, or does he have a chance, and how big is that window, and is it closing?
I don't think there's any way Aaron Rodgers is out of Green Bay. I think that he stays, and I think his window is actually bigger than a lot of people probably think.
Really?
Yeah. They got a perspective. I think he's locked down your offensive line. Like he's had a great line.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Aaron Rodgers, man.
Oh, I know. And playing MVP football. He's playing his best football.
I know.
The thing that you got to look at is, well, next year they're projected $22 million over the 2021 salary cap, with free agents like their center Corey Linsley, who had first-team All-Pro honors in 2020. Both their running backs, Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. Their starting corner, Kevin King, and their safety and linebacker hybrid, Will Redmond. And then they have restricted free agents that you got to assume are going to be back in Alan Lazard and Robert Tonyan. So they have a lot of question marks, and they're going to be over the cap already. And so if they're going to be losing key guys, and I heard a rumor out there that they might ask Aaron Rodgers to take a team-friendly deal, and I do not see how that would happen.
A cut?
Yeah. Hey, we drafted
cut?
Your replacement. Do you want to play for less money now?
Utah State, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Utah State?
Yep. Yeah. Utah State, Jordan Love.
Yeah, that's right.
So Aaron Rodgers, he's under contract until the end of the 2023 season. But if you're Aaron Rodgers, should you want out? Like, should you want out sooner rather than later if the team is in a decline? Because I think he might want out, especially if they lose a guy like Aaron Jones in the offseason. Aaron Jones, who's been such a huge part of their offense. If they lose a guy like that, I think Rodgers might want out sooner rather than later. There was a quarterback swap in the NFL. Matthew Stafford was traded to the Rams for Jared Goff and a couple first-round picks. These are two quarterbacks that were selected first overall, and they since 2009 now, all the quarterbacks that were selected in the first round are now on different teams besides Carson Wentz, which you got to assume he's leaving next too. And so crazy trade, and I feel like it happened really fast. Like I just barely heard that, this might go down, and then before I could even look anything into it, it was done.
Yep. I don't like that we exploit Stafford twice a year. That's all I'll say. Rams might have beat us in the playoffs, man, but Goff was somebody that under such a well-coached team for so long, they made a Super Bowl appearance, but Goff.
Yeah, Goff wasn't the reason.
No, he's someone that if he plays well enough for a team like the Rams, they're going to win games. But well enough isn't going to win you.
Yeah.
Be constant contenders. They're never going to be a constant.
He can't
contender.
Go win it for you. He can help.
Yeah, if he plays, and that's what I'm saying. Well, but he definitely can lose it for you. And that's one thing that the Rams have had is somebody to lose games for them sometimes, man. Matt Stafford is one of the toughest.
Oh, I know.
One of the toughest competitors that I've ever been able to watch, man. And a lot of people like to critique him. He didn't do nothing with Calvin Johnson and all this kind of stuff.
Well, he played on the Lions.
I know, man. And that's why I've always kind of rooted for him because he played for a team like the Lions, man. But he's a stud, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does a little bit of damage here and there, man.
I think so, too. So you say the Rams win this trade?
Oh, 100%. I know the Lions gave up, or the Rams gave up some first-round picks.
Yeah, I feel like they had to do that to take on, for the Lions to take on Goff's salary.
Yeah, so that's why the Rams pay Goff.
Yeah,
so much money, man. And their kind of solution to that is multiple first-round picks, and that hurts a team, man.
The Rams never have first-round picks.
No, they
hate them. They trade them all.
Contenders because of Sean McVay I like their coach, man. I like their whole coaching staff. They've been great.
Oh yeah.
But they just need that one piece, man. And
Matt Stafford.
I don't know if he's the piece, but he definitely can't hurt.
Yeah,
their team.
He's definitely an upgrade. I think.
Yeah, and that kind of shows me with 2 first-round picks going that's what they are going for right now. That they want to stay contenders. They want to do what they need to do. Yeah. And probably, in my opinion, the toughest division in football. NFC West is constant competitors. Between the Hawks, Cardinals, and the Rams, and the Niners won the Super Bowl last year.
Any team in that division could be the pop team that year.
Yep. And even the 49ers are one quarterback away from being a contender. One quarterback away.
I agree. That's
and all there are.
I was never really sold on Jared Goff. I never thought he was that great. I knew that he was kind of like you were saying, more like a game managing quarterback where if he's in his right system with the right personnel and right players around him, he can have success.
Yeah.
But they were missing something.
He makes his plays here and there.
Yeah. And Stafford, I'm extremely happy for Stafford to get out of Detroit and maybe do something. I mean, and Jared Goff, you got to assume his career is going to Detroit to die, where it seems like a lot of
that's evil, Chayse.
Yeah, well, I'm just being honest. I don't want it to. I like Jared Goff, but I just don't know. Going to Detroit. And like Goff is a player where he's not going to make a bad team good. He's not going to make a bad team into a playoff team. So I definitely feel like the Rams win this trade by getting Stafford.
Right, but the Lions do get them first-round picks, man, and who knows what comes out of first-round picks or just picks in general. The more picks, the more opportunities, man. My Seahawks have made a living off of third-round picks for the last 10 years.
You could be
half
like the
of our
Raiders and draft
half our
a
All-Pro.
kicker in the first
Yeah.
round.
Oh my gosh, dude! A punter was taken in front of Russell Wilson. The Jaguars, shout out Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll love that.
I'm sure they've loved Blake Bortles and
Oh,
all their kind of guys they've had at quarterback.
oh,
Hey,
I
but
know.
shout out to them. They get Clemson boys this year.
Yep.
So, yeah, and Urban Meyer.
Oh,
Interesting.
I know. They're gonna be something to look for. I mean, Urban Meyer goes to Jacksonville and immediately has the first overall pick, which he's going to. I mean, assuming he takes Trevor Lawrence, they're gonna be like,
Yep.
that's gonna be something to keep an eye on. Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer.
Kind of interesting, isn't it?
It is. There's gonna be a lot of moving quarterbacks. Like
It's a
this
lot of
year.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
It'll
lot
be
of
fun.
teams moving around quarterbacks and
That's a situation that's just fun to watch as a bystander, just to
Just
see
let it
how
all
everything
unfold.
unravels.
Yeah. It's weird to think the Rams though they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and Jared Goff was in MVP conversations, and flash forward 2 years, they're acting like this guy's the biggest scrub ever. We gotta get rid of him immediately.
I know.
And he's traded for Stafford, so it's a crazy league.
I know. It really is, man. A lot of moving pieces. It only takes, you can be as good as you think you are, man. It takes 1 to 2 years to
And
absolutely
suddenly you're
set
meaningless.
yourself. Yeah, you can either take that 1 to 2 years, set yourself apart from everybody, or that 1 to 2 years makes you absolutely. I mean, Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, man. It takes
Jimmy
that
Garoppolo.
1 to 2 years. Yeah, it takes 1 to 2 years to make it so that team is drafting somebody or your trade bait at that point, man. And it's really wild. It really is wild to watch, and especially at the quarterback position.
Cutthroat league.
Mostly at the quarterback position, man, because you can't afford to have that for multiple years.
Yeah.
So.
And the Lions, it's worth noting, they'll have a road game versus the Rams next season. So that'll definitely be one that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What week is that? Do you know?
They don't have the weeks yet, so I don't know what week, but at some point there'll be a road game against the Rams.
Gotcha. Wow, that'd be a fun one to watch.
Oh,
I hope it's a primetime game.
Me too. I bet it will be just because of what's all going into it.
Oh, of course.
All right, well, that's all we have for this episode of Sports House Podcast. Thanks for listening, and Kobe, thanks for coming on, as always.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, brother.
And we'll talk soon, and until next time.